Adrian.
This is Teen Empowerment.
It's
a series of webisodes.
We will be covering a number of topics such as health, finance, college readiness, and even some mental illness related things like depression that can affect teens. While we did find experts, please make sure to consult your own doctor. What works for the general public might not work for you, and we don't want anyone to get hurt or sued.
Especially us. But take into consideration also that these episodes are not just directed towards teens. They can help the general public and people of all ages. Well, except maybe babies and toddlers and younger children and the elderly near death. But we will have fun on these episodes, and each one will have a different twist. So stay tuned. Our first episode is coming up. Hey guys, today we will be meeting with Miss Suzanne Taylor, a leadership teacher at a local high school. She will talk to us all about teen leadership and how it is important for teens to learn leadership skills.
I know I definitely could have used some of her advice when I was younger. So enjoy.
I'm here with Miss Taylor, who is one of our teen leadership and PALS teachers here at Cedar Park High School. We're going to be talking about how teen leadership is important in a teenager's life. Okay. Why do you think teen leadership is an important class for teens to take?
I believe that teen leadership is an important class for the teens to take. I believe that leadership is an important class for all people to take. It doesn't even matter what age, but especially at the high school, junior high and high school age, it is so important because it's like you're right on the precipice of jumping off and launching into the world that you desire to have. And with that in mind, I want you to have the skills, some practical skills that will take you into a quality of life that you want, a higher quality than you could have had you not had teen leadership.
What skills do you think students get out of the class?
Well, I think one of the most important skills that a student can get from our class is that just finding out if they have a heart to serve others, finding out what their heart is all about, who they are. I'm not going to tell them who they are. I'm not going to make them be a certain way. But I feel like my job is to help them understand who they are, really who they are, not what their image is or that they're trying to portray for maybe their parents or maybe for their teachers or even for their social peers. But in actuality, to find out who they really are, what really makes them tick, and then taking that and making them want to go forward.
What skills do you think? Okay. What skills do you think a leader should possess to be successful?
Well, one thing I think that they really need. Well, one, the heart to serve, definitely. Two, I think they need a persistence about them. The ability to not give up when things get rough. Things will get rough, and I've been reading a lot of articles. Excuse me. I've been reading a lot of articles about the idea of this generation being a generation of entitlement, and within that, you start to notice people that are giving up quicker. It's like, well, it just wasn't meant to be. Well. No, be persistent, work through things, see what you can find, get to the other side of it, push through just a little bit further, because they're going to be shocked at what they can achieve when they are persistent in a healthy way.
Now, when teaching teen leadership, what is your favorite lesson to teach?
I really love the lesson where I actually, and this is a secret, but now it's not. I dress up we do a first impressions lesson, and I actually dress up not as, I don't do a good first impression. I have on yucky jeans and my hair is all greasy and, trying no makeup, and I'm popping gum and I'm reading the National Enquirer, and I've got on house shoes and a ratty old t-shirt, and sitting and waiting for, and as the kids come in, don't greet them at the door, which is what I usually do. And just to feel a first impression, for them to wonder what's really going on here. Is this a lesson or is this not the lesson? Is she okay or is she not okay? Because it is true that first impressions, we all are judging people, and that's not a bad thing. We do that to protect ourselves. And so when I do that, to show them that first impressions really do matter. They really do count.
Okay. Would you mind leading us through a team leadership activity?
Well, I'd be happy to.
Okay, you can start.
All right, today we're going to be talking about trust a little bit, and I just want to ask you first of all, because I have to know the reason why I'm doing things. So my question to you is trust important in your life? Is it important to trust others? And if so, why? Why is that important? What do you think?
Well, without trust, you don't really have anything. You can't build a relationship with someone if you don't trust them. Like, you can't be friends with someone you don't trust, but you never know if they're actually your friend.
Do you all agree with that one?
Yes.
And to build, so in other words, I have to have trust to build relationships, and we were made for relationships, right? We're not made to be alone. We're not. And so the idea that building trust, we all come from different backgrounds, so we all have different levels of trust, and that's very valid and fair. And our idea is that wherever we are, we want to build trust from where you are. So we're going to do a trust activity today, and I'm going to start. It's called the Willow in the Wind, and it's an idea of if I am a willow tree. You've seen a willow tree, right? And it's blowing in the wind. So what is that? What happens when a willow tree is in the wind? What goes on? It bends, all right? So you see the branches bending. Does the trunk bend? Does the trunk of the tree bend?
No.
No, it doesn't, right? And the roots are inside. So if I am the willow tree and you all are around me and you're the wind, then I am going to, my roots are in the ground, right? So I'm not going to move my feet. And my feet are not apart because I'm a trunk. And so I'm all together, my roots are in the ground, and my feet are together, and I am straight and stiff in the trunk area. However, I am going to sway in the wind, and you are my wind. So if I were to start going right now, would you be ready for me? All right, good. So, yeah, good. And so the hands are up and ready for me because you're gonna get me, right? So that if I come towards you, what's going to happen? You're going to catch me. And there's a difference, of course, between this kind of hand and this kind of hand, right? Because this kind of hand is a trusting hand, and this kind of hand is not. And so we want to be sure that we're flat-handed. All right, what else could make me feel safe as I'm about to go, besides the hands?
If we're closer.
Okay, getting a little closer to me, so that would make me comfortable and safe, feel safe, good, and trusting. Good. What else? Anything else?
Communication.
Like what kind of communication? What could you do?
Like whenever you're about to fall, you say falling, and we're say like we're ready.
Good. So I'm not going to just jump into something. I'm going to check on people, and they're going to tell me if they're ready, and that's going to make me trust even more, right? Okay, good. Last thing I'm going to say is that if you're standing, tell me.
Jeff.
If you're standing like Jeff right here, that makes me feel very safe with his feet. Because if I go towards Jeff, put your hands up for a second. If I go towards Jeff, do you see how he has some give to give back to me? Whereas if I'm standing straight and he were to push me this way, what would happen?
You would fall backwards.
I would fall backwards. So I want to be sure that my feet are set at an angle and that my knees are bent a little bit so I have some give. You have give when I'm coming at you, okay? Last thing I want to check on is, of course, if, there's actually two things. One, if I'm coming right in the middle of you, what are you going to do? You work together. All right, good. And then the last thing is, it's funny that when you get nervous about things like this, a lot of times people, it's just human nature. Some people just start laughing kind of, oh my goodness, and they get excited about things. And the idea is that if I'm going to feel safe inside, if you're laughing, I don't know what you're laughing at. We haven't talked to each other, and so that's going to bring the trust down. So if you can just be quiet as we're doing this, eyes focused on me, then I'm going to feel really safe inside, all right? I'm going to cross my hands like this, pull them up here so I am feeling even more safe. And I'm going to say spotters ready, and whenever you're ready, you're going to say ready, and then I'm going to say falling, and you're going to say fall on. Spotters ready?
Ready.
Falling.
Fall on.
Great, set me up. Nicely done. I feel very safe with you. All right, who's next? All right.
Alright, spotters ready?
Ready.
Falling.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, good. What was that like?
It was nerve-wracking
Why? Yeah, it is nerve-wracking. Why is that nerve-wracking?
because you're falling and your eyes are closed, so you have to trust that they're going to catch you and not let you just fall.
Right. It's one thing to trust people to sit in class and say, okay, yeah, I trust y'all, I trust y'all. It's another to put your body in harm's way and say, I trust you. That's a different thing. So very nicely done. All right, who's next? All right.
Spotters ready?
Ready.
Falling.
Hold on. Nice. Stand him up. Good job. Give him a hand. All right. Very good.
That's good.
All right. There you go. All right. Very nice.
Thank you so much for watching our videos.
If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below in the comment section or even message us on Facebook.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your suggestions too if maybe you want another video made about some other topic that we can help you out, like picking out cool stuff for your dorm room.
We are both going through the college dorm room experience at the moment, and we would love to answer any questions about preparing for that experience, getting through it, or any advice on how to make it easier.
Yeah, so just let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching.